They're playing the Brazilian national team, the Indiana Fever, making their way to Iowa to take on the Brazilians. And guess what? It's sold out in 42 minutes. Tickets going on sale, and we're going to have a packed house. And it didn't take very long for us to realize that. 15,000 plus seats sold out in 42 minutes.
NBA players are in full meltdown mode. Caitlyn Clark and the Indiana Fever just sold out a preseason game against Brazil, and some veteran players are fuming like they're shadowboxing for a title fight. Some screamed, "It's just hype!" then rushed to Ticketmaster to check their empty arenas. The salt is real, the jealousy is loud, and the haters are absolutely devastated. Let's break it down.
So the Fever are playing in Iowa, and the game sold out in literally, like, it didn't matter how long it took to sell out, you couldn't even get in. If you were there, you probably didn't get a ticket. I would say there were 15,000 tickets. Obviously, I think Iowa season ticket holders got first dibs, which is right if they did. And then you're looking at a situation where basically no Fever fans got them. It's a preseason game. This is a preseason game, and it's sold out in about 10 seconds.
Caitlyn Clark didn't just join the WNBA, she's already running. The Indiana Fever's first preseason game sold out in just 1 hour. 1 hour. That's not just a sellout, that's a stampede. Scalpers are probably out here rubbing their hands like Birdman, flipping Fever tickets like they're Taylor Swift. VIP passes. Meanwhile, over in Chicago, Angel Reese and the Sky are also gearing up for a preseason matchup against Brazil's national team. That's cool, I guess. But here's the problem. Tickets are still sitting there, untouched, collecting virtual dust on Ticketmaster.
And I'm gonna treat myself, man. Yeah, no, I'm going alone. I'm not gonna take anybody with me. If you want to come, you got to come yourself. It's $19, man. That's a ghetto tank of gas, man. But yeah, man. Asia Wilson, man, commanded $19.
Now let's put this into perspective. Caitlyn Clark and the Fever are playing a regular WNBA team, an actual team that exists in the league, and fans couldn't wait to snatch up those tickets. On the other hand, Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky are facing a team that most casual basketball fans couldn't name a single player from, and yet ticket sales are looking like a failed Kickstarter campaign.
Such is the Caitlyn Clark effect. And you know that the home faithful back in Iowa are going to be pumped up to see her back in the state where she made her name. 42 minutes. That's like back in the day when Rolling Stones tickets would go on sale. You try to go on Ticketmaster, they're gone. Taylor Swift is Swifty territory when you're selling out in 42 minutes.
And the best part? The price difference. For Caitlyn's game, you'd better have your credit card ready because those resale prices are creeping up faster than rent in California. Meanwhile, Chicago Sky tickets, let's just say if you've got $20 in a dream, you might end up courtside, next to the mascot. The funniest part? Angel Reese and her crew have been doing a lot of talking lately, non-stop. You'd think they were dropping a mixtape with how much promotion they've been doing. Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark hasn't even said much. She just exists, and boom, sold out arenas.
So I ran across the Chicago Sky versus Brazil women's expedition game before the season, right? And these tickets are starting at $28 to get in, which is crazy to me. $28 to get in. That is wild. This is an expedition game, and you're telling me it's gonna cost $28 for me to get in? I mean, I could get in 31, 38. I mean, all over. I mean, a lot of these tickets are crazy. But I'm just like, it's not even about the price for me. I'm just thinking about, like, I'm comparing the Indiana Fever versus Chicago Sky because they said that it was like Me Too. Like, you guys are watching women's basketball because of me too.
And let's be real, this isn't just a one-time thing. The Fever's games are the hottest ticket in the league, while Angel Reese and the Sky are struggling to get people in the door. What does that say? Maybe the fans know something that hype can't cover. Maybe watching actual elite basketball is more appealing than empty slogans and media-trained one-liners. Even Aja Wilson, who, let's be honest, acts like she invented basketball, has been throwing shade at Caitlyn, trying to downplay her impact. But let's check the scoreboard. The Indiana Fever are moving tickets like they're the Beatles in 1964, while Aja's team, the Aces, are out here, handing out 2-for-1 deals like it's a fast food drive-thru. The reality is, Caitlyn Clark is him or her, whatever you want to call it, she's the one. And the numbers don't lie. If you're still in denial, go check those ticket sites. Caitlyn's game, sold out. Angel Reese's game, a friendly. Reminder that supply is much greater than demand.
I shouldn't be surprised, and yet I'm still surprised because Indiana Fever preseason, not even like preseason, exhibition game with the Indiana Fever going to play the Brazilian national team at Cover Hawkeye Arena, Caitlyn's college facility.
NBA players really thought they were immune to the Caitlyn Clark effect. They sat back, watched ticket sales go through the roof, and thought, oh, that's just a fluke. But reality hit them like a brick wall, and the receipts are nasty. Because it's not just Angel Reese getting humbled, Aja Wilson is getting cooked too. Let's start with Angel Reese. She was out here talking spicy about how she's the reason people are watching, hyping up fans into thinking her games would be selling out. But ticket sales said, try again. The Chicago Sky expected to ride the Reese wave straight to the bank. But the only thing they got was empty seats and discounted tickets. It's so bad that seats are going for less than a McDonald's combo meal. Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark has people emptying their pockets just to stand in the building.
The tickets were supposed to go on sale Friday morning, but they're sold out. So I really don't know what they're gonna do about this. I guess it's just kind of like one of those missed opportunities. And you know, a lot of people are saying they need to move this to a stadium because there's no doubt in Iowa, if you move this to a stadium, it would be sold out.
And then there's Aja Wilson. Oh, Aja really thought she was above the slander. She's been the WNBA's golden child for years. But guess what? Ticket prices don't lie. The Aces tickets are plummeting faster than Angel Reese's three-point percentage. We're talking about a two-time MVP, a champion, the so-called face of the league. And yet, her games are looking real affordable these days. Meanwhile, every time Caitlyn Clark steps on the court, the entire arena turns into the Super Bowl. And these WNBA players keep trying to act like Caitlyn Clark isn't the reason the league is finally making money. It's all of us, they say. Oh, really? Then why were tickets dirt cheap last year? Why weren't resellers making a fortune off WNBA games before? Why did nobody care when Aja Wilson was winning MVPs? But now, the moment Caitlyn Clark enters the league, ticket prices explode. Almost like she's the one bringing in the fans in.
If you want to come, you got to come yourself. $19, man. That's a ghetto tank of gas, man. But yeah, man. Aja Wilson, man, commanded $19. And listen, man. If you really want to get jazzy, I mean, if you wanna, you know what I'm saying, if you want to wear your mink coat.
But no, they don't want to admit it. They'd rather convince themselves that people are suddenly waking up to their greatness. Meanwhile, teams are bending over backward to schedule their home games against the Indiana Fever, just to cash in. Because they know that without Caitlyn Clark, nobody's buying tickets. And Angel Reese and Aja Wilson are learning that the hard way. They wanted to believe the hype. They wanted to act like people were here to see them. And now, they're watching Caitlyn Clark sell out entire arenas while their own games have buy one, get 5 free deals. Aja Wilson can win as many championships as she wants. Angel Reese can talk as much as she wants. But the truth is in the money. And right now, the money is saying Caitlyn Clark is the only one who moves the needle.
You know, a lot of people say that Caitlyn Clark moves the needle. That is wrong. She is the needle. She dictates. We all know what she's done on the floor. It's history, right? But off the floor, my goodness, she and the Indiana Fever accounted for 45% of all the broadcast value of the WNBA last season. She accounted also for helping drive the numbers of merchandising up 500%. Of course, her jersey was #1.
So Aja Wilson really thinks she's changed the WNBA, huh? That's cute. Meanwhile, ticket prices to watch her and the Las Vegas Aces are dropping faster than Angel Reese's shooting percentage. Some seats are going for less than 20. Yes, you read that right, 20 bucks. That's not even the price of a decent burger and fries in Vegas, but it'll get you a front row seat to watch the so-called face of the league. But wait, weren't we just told the Aces are a dynasty? Back-to-back champs? A super team? The future of the WNBA? Yeah. So why are people treating their tickets like free samples at Costco? The only time ticket prices drop this low is when nobody cares. And judging by the resale market, Aces tickets are fighting for attention harder than Angel Reese in a post-game press conference.
#1 topic in sports, the face of the WNBA, Caitlyn Clark. Every time this woman steps on the court, she's doing something that we've never seen before. She is officially the face of the league. There's no doubt about it. The numbers don't lie, whether it's viewership, whether it's ticket attendance, she's doing sold-out dates.
The funniest part? Aja Wilson is out here talking like she revolutionized the game, like she's this era's Michael Jordan. Girl, if you're the reason the WNBA is booming, then why are your team's tickets cheaper than a pack of gum? Caitlyn Clark hasn't even played a single WNBA game yet, and her college games were selling out arenas at NBA-level prices. Meanwhile, the reigning MVP can't even get people to pay more than the price of a gas station hot dog to watch her play. And don't even try the "it's Vegas, there's too much to do" excuse. The Golden Knights have no problem selling out. The Raiders, they could be terrible, and their tickets still cost an arm and a leg. But somehow, the Aces, the self-proclaimed queens of the WNBA, can't draw more than a couple of tourists who lost all their gambling money and just need something cheap to do before their flight home.
Look at the price of these tickets. This is like right after the tickets went on sale. So no good seats. $1,142 for a not very good seat. I'm guessing 10 grand minimum courtside to go see Caitlyn Clark.
Caitlyn Clark isn't just playing basketball, she's out here running an economic stimulus plan for the WNBA. Teams aren't just preparing for her arrival, they're literally moving arenas to fit the crowds she brings. The Indiana Fever could play in an abandoned parking lot and it would still sell out, because Caitlyn Clark fans would bring their own chairs just for a chance to see her pull up from the logo. Meanwhile, the Chicago Sky took one look at their usual stadium and said, "Oh no, this ain't gonna work." Wintrust Arena? Too small. They had to book the United Center, doubling the capacity, just to keep up with the Caitlyn Clark demand. Let that sink in. A whole team had to relocate for one player's arrival. Has any WNBA team ever done that before? Nope. Did they do it when Angel Reese joined the league? Nope. Because let's be honest, nobody's moving to a bigger venue to watch Angel Reese miss 5 layups and give a press conference about how it's bigger than basketball.
I mean, yeah, I think I saw the ticket prices. I guess the only thing is, I'm surprised we're not playing at the United Center. I thought that would have been really good for the game and really good for all the women's basketball fans in Chicago. So maybe there's a conflict of some sort that I don't know about. Obviously, that's a little above my pay grade.
Sheila Johnson. Yeah, we need to bring her into this because she's one of the haters who can't stand seeing good things happen to the WNBA. I mean, the Mystics' big boss really thought she was spitting facts with that little PSA about Caitlyn Clark. She went full motivational speaker mode, preaching about how the media needs to stop obsessing over Caitlyn and start hyping up the rest of the WNBA. Cute, right? Fast forward a few weeks. Plot twist. The Mystics are suddenly packing their bags and upgrading to a bigger arena. And why? Oh, just a little thing called the Caitlyn Clark money machine. So let me get this straight when it's time. To give props, Caitlyn's just one of the girls. But when it's time to secure the bag, she's the WNBA's VIP meal ticket. Sheila, blink twice if you need help picking a side, because if this was really about supporting all players, y'all wouldn't have waited until Caitlyn's fan base rolled up with their wallets open.
Well, last night we read Time magazine where Caitlyn Clark was named Athlete of the Year. Why couldn't they have put the whole WNBA on that cover and said the WNBA is the league of the year because of all the talent that we have? Because when you just keep singling out one player, it creates hard feelings. And so now you're starting to hear stories of racism within the WNBA. And
Aja Wilson is out here talking about how we need to market more than just one player. Okay, cool. But are you selling out arenas at the rate Caitlyn Clark is? Are teams changing zip codes for your games? The Aces could hold a game in the middle of the Las Vegas Strip, and there would still be empty seats, unless Caitlyn Clark was on the opposing team. The reality is, the WNBA has never seen a player move the needle like this. Ticket prices are skyrocketing when Caitlyn comes to town. StubHub is treating Fever games like it's the Super Bowl, and let's not forget the WNBA schedule makers. The second Caitlyn got drafted, they probably went into full panic mode. Suddenly, the Fever have more nationally televised games than anybody. Meanwhile, teams with so-called established stars are just sitting there, watching their games, streamed to an audience of 12 people and a house cat.
Caitlyn Clark is a hell of a basketball player. As well as that, I don't know if there's been a player that's been under as much scrutiny as her ever handle like the spotlight and handle the stuff like that, as well as Caitlyn Clark.
Green haters everywhere, but Caitlyn Clark is out here making WNBA history, and some people are big mad about it. She's breaking records, selling out arenas, and pulling TV ratings higher than an NBA playoff game. Let's be real. Caitlyn is the reason your uncle suddenly knows what a 3-second violation is. Ticket prices, skyrocketing, jersey sales, through the roof. And yet, some players are acting like she's ruining the league. No, sweetie, she's saving it. The truth hurts, but Caitlyn is doing what no one else could, making the WNBA relevant. And whether they like it or not, she's just getting started. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. More videos are on screen now.